Have you ever looked at your salary and thought, I make good money, so why am I still checking my bank account 3 days before payday? You get paid, your balance looks great. For a few days, you feel like everything is under control. Then rent goes out, the car payment hits, insurance, subscriptions, groceries, a few dinners out, maybe an Amazon order you barely remember placing. And suddenly, that comfortable paycheck starts looking very different. A week before payday, you are checking your balance again, waiting for the next deposit. And the strange part is, you're making more money than you used to. So what happened? The problem may not be your income. The problem may be what happened to your lifestyle when your income increased. This is called lifestyle inflation. Imagine getting a raise that gives you an extra $400 every month. Your first thought might be, great, now I can finally save more. But nothing dramatic happens. You upgrade your phone plan, you order delivery a little more often, you add another streaming service. Maybe you decide you can finally afford a nicer car. Individually, none of these decisions looks irresponsible. That is exactly what makes lifestyle inflation so difficult to notice. Your lifestyle slowly learns how to consume your new income. PocketGuard describes this perfectly. Earning more does not automatically mean keeping more. If your income increases by $500 a month, but your lifestyle becomes $500 more expensive, financially, almost nothing changed. And sometimes, things actually get worse. Because this is where people confuse two very different numbers, income and cash flow. Your income tells you how much money comes in. Cash flow tells you how much of it survives. And that second number is much more important. Someone earning $4,000 and keeping $800 every month may actually have more financial flexibility than someone earning $8,000 and keeping $200. The bigger salary looks better. The bigger gap between income and expenses is what actually creates financial freedom. And this isn't just a problem for low-income households. Recent PIMS intelligence data found that more than 60% of consumers earning between $100,000 and $150,000 a year reported living paycheck to paycheck. Even among people earning more than $150,000, 46% said the same thing. Think about that. A six-figure income does not automatically protect you from running out of money before payday. And there is another force working against you: inflation. A 2025 Bankrate survey found that 62% of workers said their income had not kept pace with increases in their household expenses. So your salary can go up, while your real financial breathing room stays exactly the same, or gets smaller. But inflation is only part of the story. There are also recurring expenses. These are especially dangerous because once you create them, they keep taking money without requiring another decision. A subscription, cloud storage, a gym membership, a premium phone plan, a meal delivery service, a software subscription, maybe another streaming platform. PocketGuard cites research where consumers estimated that they were spending about $86 per month on subscriptions. When their actual itemized expenses were calculated, the average was $219, more than 2.5 times what they thought. And this is the key. People usually remember big purchases. They forget systems. You remember buying a $900 phone. You probably don't think about the $15, Tresno dollar, and $30 charges quietly leaving your account every month. Now, let's put all of this into a realistic example. Imagine your take-home income is $7,000 per month. That's $84,000 a year after taxes. On payday, seeing $7,000 hit your account feels pretty comfortable. But let's look at what the month actually costs. Rent, $2,200. Car payment and insurance, $950. Debt payments, $600. Groceries, $700. Subscriptions and memberships, $180. Dining and delivery, $600. Shopping, $400. Utilities, phone and internet, $450. And miscellaneous spending, another $500. Total monthly spending, $6,580. Your $7,000 paycheck suddenly becomes $420. That means about 94% of your take-home income already has somewhere to go. And here's what makes this example even more interesting. Imagine that a few years ago, this same person earned $5,500 per month. Their lifestyle cost around $4,600. That left roughly $900. Then their income increased by $1,500. Great news. Except their expenses increased by almost $2,000. They are earning $1,500 more and keeping less than half as much. That is lifestyle inflation in one calculation. And now, imagine a $700 car repair appears. The person earns $7,000 a month, yet suddenly that repair goes onto a credit card. This is why looking at your bank balance can be misleading. The money may physically be sitting in your account, but much of it is already spoken for. That is where a tool like PocketGuard becomes useful. PocketGuard helps you answer a much better question. How much of this money is actually available? You can connect your bank accounts and credit cards so your transactions are visible in one place. PocketGuard can identify recurring income, bills, and subscriptions, which makes those automatic expenses much harder to ignore. Then you can create category budgets for things like groceries, transportation, or dining. That money is reserved in your plan instead of being mentally mixed together with everything else sitting in your checking account. You can also create savings goals. For example, instead of saying, "I'll save whatever is left at the end of the month," you can decide that $700 goes toward your emergency fund first. PocketGuard includes that planned contribution when calculating what remains. And all of this feeds into one of its most useful numbers, leftover. The basic idea is simple. Income minus expenses minus goals equals your leftover. Not your bank balance, not your credit limit, not the number you saw immediately after payday. The amount that remains after the rest of your financial plan has been accounted for. Now let's go back to our $7,000 example. After actually reviewing the spending, maybe you find $100 in subscriptions you don't really need. You reduce dining and delivery by $250, shopping drops by $150, and you trim $200 from miscellaneous spending that you weren't even paying attention to. That's $700 recovered every month. You didn't move into a cheaper apartment, you didn't sell your car, you didn't stop having fun. You simply found the part of your lifestyle that had expanded without you noticing. Now that $700 can become an emergency fund goal. And instead of reaching the end of every month wondering where your money disappeared, you know where it went before you spend it. That's the real difference. Making more money is useful, but earning more is only half of the equation. If every raise immediately turns into a bigger lifestyle, a bigger car payment, more subscriptions, and more spending, your paycheck can grow for years while your financial situation stays frozen. The goal isn't to never upgrade your life. The goal is to make sure your lifestyle doesn't automatically claim every dollar your career gives you. Because financial progress isn't measured by how impressive your paycheck looks on payday. It's measured by how much choice you still have before the next one arrives.